Yeah.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
You still hear me? Yeah, I got you. Give me a second. Let me move my mic. All right.
I've been going hard from the night into the daylight, telling them all that yesterday's price is not the same price. Eating up what's for breakfast, I can tell you what it tastes like. Wake up and I see red and I still don't got no brake lights. Yeah, feeling super fly. I look in the mirror, see ambition in my eyes. Got more than one formula, they love the way I drive. Yeah, I've been apprised, there's no need to be surprised. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure.
Welcome to Madden NFL 24. Let's customize your experience and set a few options. These can be changed anytime from settings.
Hey, never feeling the pressure.
Accessibility settings.
It's crunch time, leaves in the fall. Woman on me, only hit my name on a roll call. It's like there is no ground beneath my feet, I got no flaws. Still humble, but just don't get it confused. You know who I am, there's no need to introduce. I am one of one, they can't stand it, but it's true. Sicker than the average, ain't no challenge that's immune. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure.
Menu narration option is set to off.
Accessibility settings. This will enable a timing component. This enables control over the placement of a pass within a target area. With precise this disables skill. This enables control over the placement of a pass within a target area with precise control over pass strength.
Alrighty. Shut up. Already. Shut up. Hey, Alpha, sit high. Right Shot! Shot! Real quick. Right on. What are you? What a shot!
Try all. This will enable a timing component for guaranteed accuracy on bullet passes. And this disables skill-based passing and uses the classic Madden passing controls.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's Madden NFL 24, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Baltimore Ravens. Coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL on this fine afternoon brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. But Charles, this Ravens team been so successful in recent years, 10 or more wins in 4 of the last 5 seasons. What do they need to do to take that next step?
Well, the way the Ravens have played for a lot of their franchise history, we know the defense is going to take care of business. They're going to keep you in every ball game. I think on offense, can they throw the ball more proficiently, especially out wide to the receivers, and make plays that way to continue to open up running lanes for a team that we know loves to move the ball along the ground.
Meanwhile, optimism reigning with the visiting Panthers. They've got a new coach, they've got a new quarterback, and they've got a real chance to be a playoff team in 2023.
And a lot of it starts on the defensive side of the ball, where they've been good for the last few seasons. If the offense joins them, they will be a tough out in the NFC South.
So here are the Panthers set to take over for the first time, and Charles will get a look at the much-heralded rookie Bryce Young, the first overall pick from April's draft.
Bryce Young, the quarterback out of Alabama with a Heisman Trophy in his hip pocket, is the new face of Carolina football. 80 touchdowns, just 12 picks in his college career for the Crimson Tide. He may be a little small in terms of size, but potential, massive.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ready.
To throw, Young. And that'll be incomplete.
But that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Young. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
They went for the deep shot early, and that's fine, but I don't think it was the right target to throw it to. You have 3 other guys sprinting downfield, and I thought 2 of them were open. Could have avoided an interception there by attacking a different player in coverage.
Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Here's the 4th-year man, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's Jackson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You've got to cash in and get some points.
Now Jackson. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complimentary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 21. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Play action. It's Jackson rolling to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Brent Urban there to get him down. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here is Young. And this one is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
It's Young off play action. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. David Ojabo in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
And this is what you wanted to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Talk about flipping the script. That punt return 86 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And that jumps the excitement level up a few notches, doesn't it? What a big-time punt return for a touchdown. Now their cohorts on the special team side, they've got to add the PAT.
That would be the equalizer. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start by running the option to the right, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with the defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays out.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Edwards now on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. They'll get it inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Edwards. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Jackson now. And it's caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And that is what you call lowering the boom down near the goal line. He was going to force his way in no matter what.
They always talk about low man wins when it comes to the offensive line, having the leverage to move the defenders. It's strong man wins when it comes to tackling in the red zone. And if you happen to be the low man and the strong man, that's a huge win.
Tucker now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That time a 9-play drive. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the offense for the Panthers here, getting the football back. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo.
As Sanders has it poked free.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinating. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Young on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Touchdown! Odell Beckham, 26 yards. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Off the play fake, Young. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now here's Young. The open man. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You mates all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Isaiah Likely from 19 yards away. And the Ravens take a 3-touchdown lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Tucker now to add the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A play fake, now Young. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
That throw by Young incomplete.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Yellow, line, ready, go.
Young on 3rd and 2. Over the middle to Smith. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Young from the shotgun. Sharp's got it, left side. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Ready.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Young to throw it. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Young. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A missed connection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
31-yard attempt.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Jackson on first down. Caught left side, it's Becker. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
A 48-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down.
At the 36-yard line.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They're really locked in on offense.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Throwing, Young. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 15. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Jackson. He'll find Bateman once more. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Now those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will we be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins taking it in from the 20. And the Ravens have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Option right, Young. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a 1st down.
1st down, Carolina.
Looking to throw, Young. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Back to throw. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now here's Young. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Ready, set.
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. Forced out, and he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Bryce Young. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And the Ravens taking the field. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to give them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 63 yards. And the Ravens start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Young to throw it. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down, and he's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They'll throw again. Young. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 77 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, staying ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 29 yards. And the Ravens add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Tucker now to add the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now Raheem Blackshear going to take this one out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers you would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
3rd and short yardage. Young. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Covered a lot of ground there, 81 yards on the punt return. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Tucker now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On 2nd down, Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Young on 3rd down. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that's caught inside the 30. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
46 yards on the play. 1st down, Carolina.
Now Young. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us if he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
From the 35, here's second and a couple. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 132 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he's got some space here. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. That's the run he's been waiting for, Charles. He's been bottled up all game. That run alone got him more yards than he had in all his previous carries combined.
And don't think for a second he doesn't know that, because every back that I know can almost calculate every yard with every step that they take. Had to be frustrated because of what's happened during the game. Has to feel a lot better after that run.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now a handoff. Edwards shreds him with a stiff arm. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants a football in his hands. He's had a good day. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
That'll do it for us.